Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Self-Made. I'm Grant Thompson.
And Kris Krohn.
Today we're going to be talking about the YouTube algorithm.
Now, if you've ever watched a sci-fi movie where the artificial intelligence basically takes on a life of its own and tries to destroy the planet, we need Will Smith to come in and save us. That's kind of like YouTube's algorithm. I just want it to be said here first before anywhere else that 15 years from now, the algorithm is going to take over the world. But before that happens, we're going to try to talk about what is the algorithm if you're going to be a YouTuber and how do you try to actually leverage it to your gain.
Yeah, the YouTube algorithm is one of these ambiguous things that you always hear about. Everyone's always talking about the algorithm, but nobody actually understands how it works. And there might be a few people, even at YouTube headquarters, who actually understand how it works, but they're not at liberty to actually disclose any information and give any unfair advantage, apparently. So YouTube doesn't want to actually tell us how their system works so that we can give the system what it wants to work.
Okay.
So it's kind of like the tax code. And, it's been around long enough now. There's been so many modifications made to it. It's kind of a living, breathing organism of its own, and it's constantly changing. So if you even figured out and cracked the code today, that doesn't mean it's going to work tomorrow. So what do you need to know about the YouTube algorithm? And I'm going to basically sum it up to 3 things. Don't count on the YouTube algorithm.
Okay, that's a really good piece of advice.
All right, let's just take this whole idea of trying to play the system, work the algorithm, let's just throw it out the window, okay? I'm going to give you 3 pieces of advice. When I sat down at YouTube headquarters, and they gave me as many generalizations as they could, and I listened to them for about 35 minutes.
Now give me a vivid picture of what that means. So they're located in?
We're sitting in the office of the CEO of YouTube. In YouTube headquarters,
which is in what?
San Bruno, California.
Thank you.
And I'm there sitting with the engineer who actually makes the algorithm. And I'm there with partner managers and just various other key people who are heavily involved. We're sitting in a circle in the office of the CEO, and I basically asked them, what is the algorithm and how can I give it videos that it wants? And they didn't want to say, we can't tell you, but at the same time, they didn't want to tell me. So a lot of their explanations took 35 minutes about this and this and this and this. And my mind is a lot simpler than that. It's like, I just need to boil it down to some key concepts. And this is what I boiled it down to.
Okay, now by the way, just check this out for a moment. So Grant Thompson's sitting there with some of the most important people in YouTube land talking about the algorithm, and ultimately he's going to distill it right now into the 3 most important things that if you'll stick to long term, it's going to help you have the most successful YouTube career possible. Yeah,
and I really believe this is true. Number 1, people need to click your video. Number 2, people need to watch your video. And number 3, people need to share your video. This is kind of the triangle that I came up with, because what I was hearing from YouTube is they want people to find content that they enjoy. When they enjoy it, they can only tell that because people are spending time watching it and sharing it. And things that are getting watched and shared are probably good, so the algorithm is going to say, let's feed more of that to other people. And if those people are watching and sharing it, then it will feed it to more people.
Yeah, and I want to say that we've done a couple of videos here on our channel. Make sure that you're a subscriber so that you can keep up on all of this. But if the first step is click, we've actually done a video on how to make sexy thumbnails, and we've also done a video on how to make the right headline that's going to get people to do that click. So you're going to want to spend some time over there and watch those short videos so that we can give you the tutorial on how to maximize your clicks.
That's right, because the thumbnail and the title really are the storefront to your video. That's how you get in the game. But ultimately, I think, Kris, no matter how the algorithm changes, no matter what YouTube does to tweak or modify it, it's going to come down to some core principles, some core concepts. And that's, we want to get good content to the people that want to see it. And the way that that's going to happen is we're going to measure who's clicking these videos, who's watching them, and who's sharing them. So it's really up to you, the creator, to get creative, get innovative, and try and figure out how you can develop content that people are going to want to click, that they are going to watch as much as possible, and that they are going to want to share. YouTube's algorithm will recognize that people are watching your content, and they're watching a lot of it, and they're going to reward you accordingly, because that's exactly what they want. You don't need to know all the microscopic details of what works here and what works there and how to, work the loopholes. All you really need to focus on is how to make really great content that people want to watch.
And I think that's the real thing here to focus on is, I know that one of the things that I like to look at of all the different metrics is I like to look at what's my watch time. Because by the way, when I look at my creator studio and it says my watch time is down, it's like, oh, somehow I started creating content that people want to watch less of. And when that arrow is up, it says, all right, then I'm actually doing a better job connecting with my audience. I'm doing a better better job providing more valuable information. And so if there's something that you do want to always be thinking about, it's how can I make my content better? How can I make it more interactive? How can I invite them to play more? How can I share ideas or do things that keep them wanting to watch that screen? Because if you're doing that, then no matter what the algorithm is, you're going to be hitting one of those super, super important goals.
That's right. So guys, spend some time watching other videos on how to make good content, how to dive into the analytics and find out where people are dropping off your videos, and make small tweaks over time to figure out what works. It's all an experiment, and just because you make a video today doesn't mean that you have to be stuck in that routine. Constantly evolve. Your channel is a living, breathing organism. It needs to roll and adapt with the times. And all you're really trying to do is take your passion, your content, and serve it up in a way that people are going to want to consume it. YouTube will reward you for that. Their algorithm is always going to work in your favor because all that they want is to take good content to good people. So make good content and it's going to work for you.
Boom. Hey friends, thank you so much for joining us today as we're talking about the algorithm, the beast, the machine of YouTube, and ultimately how you can use it towards your favor.
And speaking of serving up content that people like to consume, if you like these bite-sized pieces of YouTube video, make sure you've subscribed and ring the bell so that you get our next videos. And we also have a link in the descriptions for people who are ready for the feast and they want to have it all right now. It's our self-made training teaching you how to go from point A to point Z and navigate YouTube like a pro.
It is Thanksgiving every single day here in Self-Made Land.